Hey guys, this is Chris Velasco from TechCrunch.com, and today we're taking a really quick look at the Asus Padfone. It was actually announced way back at the CeBIT conference, but it's finally here in the flesh. We've got one in our hands. First impressions as far as size and feel, it's a nice sized phone. It's got a 4.3-inch Super AMOLED display, if I'm not mistaken. Runs at a QHD resolution, which is about 960 by 540. And the screen actually does look really nice. That's kind of it as far as what I like about the hardware. It's got a very thin, very lightweight feel to it, which makes sense considering what they're trying to do with it, and I'll get into that later. But the end result is a phone that doesn't inspire much confidence in your hand. It actually, considering the tapered edges of the thing, it feels sort of like an iPod Touch.
Thank you.
But without that sort of corresponding level of quality, that solid feel to it. I am, however, happy to report that all is well on the software front. If you take a look, once I get the thing back on again, it runs a almost untouched build of Ice Cream Sandwich. Really, the only modifications that I've seen that Asus has added to the mix are a few Asus-specific widgets, which actually are pretty handsome, and I don't mind them much at all. And that's the sort of modification I'd like to see more from manufacturers. You know, leave the software alone. I'm a big fan of Ice Cream Sandwich. And really just make the hardware the best that it can be. I'm not sold on this hardware, but there are obviously a lot of other options that come along with the Padfone. So let me kind of go into that a little bit too. First things first, you've got obviously the big draw. This guy right here, it's called the Padfone Station. And as you can probably tell, it allows you to dock the Padfone, which is essentially the brains of the operation, into the tablet body. So let's do that right now. There's a little latch right there, and it pops up just like the classic cassette player mechanism. The Padfone and the Padfone Station dock have the two ports right down there. I don't know if you can see that, and that's what actually allows the video output and the battery. This does have an extended battery that you can use to obviously use the entire package for a lot longer than you would just the phone. So we'll pop that right in. Close that up, and once you do that, you get a nice little vibration to let you know that it worked, and then you're off to, you're up and running in tablet mode. Performance, not too bad. It's got a 1.4 gigahertz, I believe it's Qualcomm Snapdragon S4 processor, and 1 gigabyte of RAM, so be it on the phone front, be it on the tablet front, it's certainly no slouch. The tablet doesn't actually, or excuse me, the Padfone doesn't really have much on it right now, so it's kind of tough to really get a feel for how it performs. But just from my few minutes of playing around with it and seeing how responsive it is, I don't think you'd expect too many problems with the day-to-day things that tend to come up with phone or tablet use. So your mileage may vary, but I think you'll probably be okay. With that, we've also got what Asus calls the stylus headset, and this is just a mock-up. I've been told that there's only one around here, and it's currently with their chairman. But essentially, what you've got is a regular capacitive nub, nothing special here. But the idea of it is that since you still actually have the phone docked inside the tablet body, you're able to make and receive calls as usual. So, where is it? You can jump into the phone and you're able to dial on a very large dialer, and you can either have the audio output through the speaker or actually through the pen itself. It's got a little microphone and a little speaker right there, so you can actually even hold it up like this and go about your business. When you receive a call, you'll see the notification on the big screen, and also the pen will start to vibrate. So that's a nice little touch. It'd be cool to see some smarter technology with the nib itself, but considering what they're trying to do with this big accessory model, it could be something we'll see down the line as well. But of course, that is not yet all. We also have the Asus Padfone keyboard dock. This itself has its own battery, so not only are you going from smartphone battery to additional tablet battery, you're also bringing in the dock battery into the mix. So we're actually looking at some pretty considerable battery life. We've got the hinge here that's actually pretty difficult to open, but that's arguably a good thing. You don't want this thing moving around too much because you've got the dock connector lodged down in there. So we can actually pop it in right there. And we've essentially gone from smartphone to tablet to almost notebook in really a matter of minutes, and really in a matter of seconds when you're actually just making the transition without talking about it. touchpad is actually pretty solid. Nothing to write home about, but it definitely gets the job done. The keyboard quality, I'm actually a fan of Asus's keyboards. They've got the nice chiclet style, there's a good response. Actually, I do really like it. I don't know if I would ever really use this sort of a device. I'm fully fine with having multiple smartphones and laptops sticking out of my bags and pockets at all time, but I definitely see the appeal, and I think that for a very select group of people, it could be a really cool device to have in your life. So, this has been the Asus Padfone and all of its accessories. I am Chris Velasco at TechCrunch. Thanks for watching.